Hello guys, going to be breaking down the 8-game NBA slate for this Monday, November 8th. So we got one 4 p.m. game Pacific time here, and then we got an hour gap, which is kind of weird for a Monday slate, but I would say that it definitely could be helpful for late swapping. But again, it is the Sixers, and they look to be pretty short-handed, so we're probably going to be playing someone from that game. Now, before I get into this video, I do want to mention, if you guys have not known, I do work for DFS Army right now, and I'm writing free articles, so you can go ahead and check it out. This is the one that I have up for tomorrow already, so I'm focused on talking about low-owned plays. So I can't be talking about like Frank Kaminsky today or PJ Dozier. Obviously, those are going to be in my core, but because they're high-owned, they're not going to make this article. So I talk about four guys. That's just what I usually do. So I'll try to hit on all the positions, all the different price points. So as you guys can see, I got Westbrook, DeRozan, Buddy Hield, and Steven Adams, and then I just have this little section down below that there's some other plays that I do or that I at least thought about of writing for this article. So um, here you can see if you guys are interested in joining, there's my discount code Will for 10% off if you do want to purchase a package. And we've had a lot of winners. We've been really good this season. I'm sure if you guys have played DK or FT, you've seen that logo. So we have been doing pretty good. So there are links down below on my video description in this article if you guys do want to join, and you can get a discount for it. So go ahead and give it a read. Definitely went in depth for all these, talking about usage rates and potential assist situations. They're just a bunch of good stuff about NBA. So please check that out. But now back to the video. So for the first game, Philly, they likely will be very short-handed again. Danny Green, pretty much the only question mark today. And I think Embiid, because he is coming off of a very good game, that he's going to definitely be a lot higher owned. He's also under 10K. So he has monster upside. The Knicks, they do have a few bodies that can throw at him. Mitchell Robinson, Nerlens Noel, and then Taj Gibson if someone falls out. But I would say still you do want to have some shares of Joel Embiid just because he has the potential to break any slate. And there's no Ben Simmons, no Tobias Harris. So this definitely could be a spot where Embiid just goes out there and smashes again. They did rest on Sunday, so I don't really have any minutes concerns if the game does stay close. So I like Embiid, but there's some other guys like Tyrese Maxey, Shake Milton. They look great. I prefer Milton because of the price discount, and also Milton just been a bit better. So I think he's still very cheap here. And then the New York side, they're on a back-to-back. Kemba Walker rested though, so he's going to be back here. So there's not really anybody that I'm going to look to. Like if you want to risk it, there's some value potentially here, but again, there's massive foul shot risk for any center that goes up against Embiid. Now on to the second game, the Nets against the Bulls. This could be very good. Seems like it could be a high-scoring affair, close game. So I like Harden, I like KD. I would prefer KD because Harden has said that he's just not really at 100% right now, and we've kind of seen that. Durant also $200 cheaper. He's the better player than Harden. I know for fantasy, Harden actually has had better numbers, but right now, if you're factoring in just without Kyrie, Harden maybe not being at full health, Durant does seem a little bit better, so I would prefer him. Now, other guys, Blake Griffin, he said he's going to play in this one, but it's a tough match against Vooch. Joe Harris, if he gets hot from three, he is cheap, but really just trying to target Durant here. Now, on the Bulls side, so I wrote about DeRozan in the article, but I do like Zach LaVine as well. Vooch seems sneaky because Blake Griffin, Aldridge, they are kind of washed, I would say. They're just at least older, not known for their defense. But LaVine, DeRozan, they do take up all the usage pretty much. Vooch has actually had a usage decrease, so it kind of sucks. But we know Vooch is an all-star. He's a talented player, so we should be able to figure it out. Lonzo, 6,800. He's playing heavy minutes, all four of these guys, so they're all going to be in play. But I would prefer DeRozan. They're all going to be probably low-owned, so just pick the best one that you like. For value, Caruso, 4,200. He should play heavy minutes, so he's in play. Now, Minnesota and Memphis, so D'Angelo Russell practiced, so I would say that he's going to probably play in this one, and that's just going to hurt the value of Pat Bev and Malik Beasley. Taurean Prince started last game, which is kind of weird. So even though this looks like to be a good matchup, it kind of sucks because they're just healthy. I know that's kind of weird, but yeah, that's just how it is. Now on the Memphis side, so I wrote about Steven Adams, and you guys can go look into the reasoning for that. But I just think he's cheap. He should be able to get minutes here because of the matchup. And I would say that's pretty much the guy that I have my eyes on. I think Kyle Anderson could be someone because Minnesota does play small at the 4, so we could see him in the game. And he's 4,200, so he's cheap if anybody falls out or whatever. Now New Orleans, so we don't know about Brandon Ingram, Herbert Jones. If Ingram is out, Joval, very good play. Graham, NAW, still. I know they haven't been the best. Josh Hart could be value. Garrett Temple, if both of these guys are out. But again, just kind of wait and see with Ingram. I do like Joval a whole lot if Ingram does end up being out, though. Dallas has been very bad against centers. Now on the Dallas side, there's definitely some blowout risk in this one. I think Porzingis is cheap, but he's probably still not going to play full minutes. So that's a concern. Luka 10.7. It just depends if this game stays close and if Brunson and Porzingis take away the usage. So I definitely have exposure to Luka, but I would prefer Westbrook. Now Miami at Denver. So for this game, it's kind of tough because they're two slow-paced teams. Miami's a very good defensive team. It probably can be close because Denver's at home, but Denver's really they haven't been good, and they do have a lot of injuries now with MPJ also out. So I do have a lot of concerns. So not interested here on the Miami side. Duncan Robinson, 3-point dependent, not closing games with Tyler Hero. So Denver, Jokic, he's gonna have to do more, but I mean, Bam Adebayo though, very good defender. Jokic is the MVP though, so he could definitely still put up a monster game here. PJ Dozier, though, is going to be the guy, 3,300. He started the second half with MPJ out, and he's just too cheap. He has dual position eligibility. You got Will Barn, 5,500, who I think looks pretty good as well, but again, tough matchup. A little bit of blowout risk. Aaron Gordon should pick up a little bit as well, but yeah, just kind of tough though. I think PJ Dozier is going to be the core because of his value, but if they were in a better matchup, I would like to see him a whole lot more, but Miami is just really tough. Now Atlanta at Golden State. So for this one, Golden State's going to be on the back-to-back, but they will be at home. Atlanta, John Collins, I think he's probable. Yes, and so Golden State, they play small, obviously. So we're probably going to see Collins close the game at the 5. Capella plays like 27 minutes or so. So not going to be on Capella. Definitely prefer to play Collins. Trae Young is fine at 9.6. But if Capella doesn't close, which I don't think he will, you're going to see probably Cam Reddish in there. And at 3,800, that makes for a value play. Should be very low owned. Now on the Warriors side, Steph Curry, 10.5K. I think he's going to have it, he's going to get it going at some point. I don't think that Jordan Poole is just going to be able to snatch away all the usage from Curry. But, it's been kind of weird. Like Curry's peripherals with the assist as well, just Draymond's taking those. So it kind of sucks with Curry just priced up in the 5 digits here. So I would say though, because Atlanta should be able to keep it close, I would definitely have some exposure. Jordan Poole looks to be really good. He's just shooting really well, but that's definitely some concern. If he doesn't shoot well, he's not going to hit. And Iguodala should be back in this one, so I'm not going to be on Lee or Otto Porter. And then Iggy 3,200. He looks like to be a good value play. He's actually been pretty productive. Now, last 2 games, Phoenix at Sacramento. So DeAndre already ruled out. Frank Kaminsky time, JaVale McGee time. I prefer Kaminsky. I think because they're now above 4K, probably don't want to play them together. Kaminsky though, 4-3, you pretty much just lock and load this guy. He's just too good. Sacramento have been very bad against centers, so it's very good for these guys. And because there's no Aiden that helps Booker and Paul's usage, even with campaign back, you still have to factor in Aiden not being out there. So their prices are up, but it is a very good matchup. Crowder, Bridges, they're fine. I prefer Crowder a little bit, but again, just they're kind of shot dependent here. So that's why I would say if you want to get exposure to them, don't get too much. Now on the Sacramento side, read about Buddy Hield because Phoenix has been allowing a lot of threes, but I do like Caliber at that same price. Definitely contributes more in the peripherals. Holmes at 7.2, I think he's a little bit expensive, but I thought about writing about him too because you have to also factor in Aiden being out for the opposing team. Kaminsky and McGee are nowhere near the kind of players that Aiden is, so that's going to help Holmes a lot. And Holmes' minutes, the Kings were like, they allowed the Pacers to go on an 8-0 run, on Sunday, so they had to sub out Holmes just to try to get something going. So I expect Holmes to get, like his 32, 33 minutes in this one. So he should be kind of low on tonight. Now, everyone else like Fox, Barnes has been really good, but just I don't know at this price tag. Fox 83, tough match against Chris Paul, but he should be able to get it going soon. Now, last game Charlotte at LA Lakers, so back to back for the Hornets, but they do have some pieces here like Kelly Oubre 4400. He's just too cheap. Um, he's probably going to be higher on tonight because of what he did on Sunday, but again, this guy has upside. If he's playing well, he's going to get the closing minutes. He's going to put up close to 30 DK points or more. So this price tag is just too cheap for him. And I think Rozier and Hayward, they definitely have upside. Bridges has been playing really well. And LaMelo, obviously, he's a young guy. He definitely has a huge upside in him, even at 9K. Now on the Lakers. So they were embarrassed on Saturday night. They are back home though. Hornets back to back. Play really fast. They do have a very bad defense. So I like Westbrook a whole lot. AD, if he plays or not, I'm still gonna like Westbrook. Obviously, if AD is out, then Westbrook is gonna be a lock. But AD just if he's in though, Westbrook's still gonna have to play make with LeBron out. He's probably gonna be able to get a triple double with LeBron not being out there to take away assist and rebounds. And yeah, just kind of focused on Westbrook here. If AD plays, I'll get to him. Remember to late swap to him. If he's out, then get to Melo, Dwight, and then Malik Monk, Rondo, because those guys will play more minutes. Monk, they're going to need someone to score. So it can't just be Westbrook and Anthony if AD is out. Monk is a very talented scorer, so he could be a low-owned option, but that is the breakdown. Now talking about the core, it's gonna be Westbrook as the spend up, and if Ingram is out, I'm going to go with Jovel at center. And then you're playing the best player of the slate in Frank Kaminsky. Hopefully, he gets priced up because we have to do this every slate. And it's gonna be Shake Milton, and then it will be PJ Dozier for value. So that's gonna be the core five for today. Make sure to stay up to date with news. Obviously, on a Monday with 8 games, there's definitely gonna be some news that we're gonna have to monitor. So good luck on this slate. Remember to check out my article that will be posted in the comments below. So thank you guys for all the support, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.